Namaste, friends. Thank you for joining. For those of you who are doing the Ashtanga Vinyasa primary series modified with me, this is just another tutorial to sort of encourage you to keep up your practice, because the beauty of doing the practice at home and us meeting just once a week or twice a week is that you get to go at your own pace and really feel each pose and start analyzing. So what I'd like you to do today, and part of our practice, is think, okay, every time I hit Tadasana or chair pose or downward facing dog or cobra, any of the poses that we do here, think, how's my breath? Is it still even? Is my inhale and exhale still at a beautiful rhythm? Or is it starting to hitch? Am I feeling a little tense? Are my shoulders coming up? What we're looking for in this practice for your own self is to find an ease with which you do each pose. And it doesn't matter if you stay in that pose for 1 breath or 5 breaths or more until you find that alignment and that ease of breath and that ease in holding the position. All right, so we're going to go through the 4 half sun salutations and then the 4 full sun salutations. Let's take it slow, the first one of each of these 2 series sequences, so we can really think and start to analyze how we are feeling in each pose. All right, so that's for you to do. Okay, come to the top of your mat. Let's open up our practice by bringing our hands to heart center. And chanting Om 3 times. Take a breath in. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Release your hands to your sides, open the eyes. Let's begin. Open up the palms first. Stay right here. Do you feel centered in your Tadasana? Can you feel the big toes and the outer heel? Are your knees in alignment? They're not hyperextended or too bent. You just feel that your knees are over your ankles. There's a slight rotation of the whole leg to the outside, which is going to open up the hips. As we open up the hips, there's a slight drawing in of the pelvis forward. Elongates here the lumbar spine so we don't have a big arch in our back or fat. Tuck it in. But we keep the buttocks relaxed. Roll the shoulders up to your ears and then back. And you can feel the movement of the shoulder blades. We want to let the shoulder blades just rest and fall down the spine. Hands are by my side. Think about your neck. Is your neck in line with the spine, or is it forward? Bring it back into line. Feel that the top of your head is parallel to the earth and to the sky. I'm going to close this window so we don't hear the dogs barking so much. So each time we come back to Tadasana during the sun salutation, remember this feeling that you have right now. Observe your breath. This is the breath we do our best to maintain throughout the whole sequence. Open up the palms, inhale, arms up. At the top, drop the shoulders, drop the head. Look at your hands. Nothing should have changed from the heels to the hips, to the back, to the chest, all right? We just lifted our arms up, keep dropping the shoulders and drop the head. Hands together if you can, and exhale to your heart. Again, feel here, where are your shoulders? Where are your feet? Inhale, extend arms up and sit into your chair. Take a quick look down, make sure you can still see your toes. So your knees in this position can go over your ankles a little bit, but not to the point where you can't see your toes, okay? Equal weight on both feet. I'm still maintaining that awareness of lifting the arch. Light exterior rotation, sitting and sinking the tailbone. Same time extending the spine, shining my heart, bringing those arms, if I can, in line with my head. Keep your neck in line with the spine. As you exhale, keep your knees bent, and it doesn't matter how you come down into your forward fold. Sometimes I like to just come down in a ragdoll. So I first can feel the extension here and the loosening of tension in my lower back. Then I drop the head. I might stay here or maybe start to straighten the knees. But the minute I feel that I'm beginning to feel tension in the back, whether it's lower back, middle, or upper back, I think, no, I'm not really ready to straighten my knees. So let me bend them again and just relax. Remember, we're just warming up. Now for the half back, this is where we straighten the back. My back is round. I want to bring those shoulders back and straighten the back. And it's perfectly fine to bring your hands to your chin, thighs, even maintain them here if you can have a straight back. You want to really hit this position. And I don't care if you're this high. All right. We want to see the difference between when our back is a bit rounded and when it is at a straight back. From here, you can bend your knees as needed. Bring your hands to the mat. As you exhale, you step back. You hit that plank position. And then for the warm-up, puppy pose. And really feel that you're opening up the shoulder girdle. You feel a nice stretch and extension through the back. The neck now is flexed back. Coming into baby cobra, you simply bring the body forward. Now you're on your forearms. I like to hit a little dolphin plank first and then bring the hips down. Now to extend my spine forward, I create a little tension where my forearms are going back, which causes the pelvis to the head to go forward. Roll the shoulders behind me to create space between the shoulder and the ear and shine the heart. Keep extending the legs behind you. Don't lose contact with your feet. And here we're looking for release in the lower back, which means we need to release tension in the front of the body also, in the abs. You can feel that your ribs are nice and relaxed, meaning you can take a nice big breath, lateral breath. Ribs are expanding out to the sides because the belly is soft, because we've just released any tension in the abdomen. All right, from here, because we're on our forearms, curl the toes under and inhale to a dolphin plank. Now I've just engaged the abs. So I just did the opposite. As you exhale, drop the knees, slide back so you can bring your hands to the mat, and you exhale to a downward facing dog. Now remember, downward facing dog, you want to think about pushing through the shoulders to create more space in the shoulder girdle. As best you can, curl the armpits in, even though your hands are nice and flat on the mat, fingers spread wide. In that little L of your hand, of the thumb and the pointer finger, put a little more weight. That's going to help with the alignment of hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Drop the head, look back, extend the spine. You stay here for 4 slow breaths. Again, observe your breath. Observe the quality of each inhale and exhale. To come back to a half back, you change the position of your neck. So now you're looking at your hands. As you inhale, rise up onto your toes, switch or bring the weight of your shoulders over your hands, walk forward and come right to your half back. Again, it doesn't matter if your knees are bent when you do the half back. Feel that you've hit this pose, and then the exhale, forward fold. Remember, we're still just warming up. Then to come out properly and in alignment, bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back. Extend the arms in front of you. Look at your thumbs or hands. Do your best to keep your neck right in between your arms. And then from the hips, you hinge up, start to straighten the knees, rise up, drop shoulders, drop head. Feel that you are in a really nice alignment here. Before you open the palms to the outside and exhale the arms down to your side. So you see there's so many little nuances to each pose as we enter, hold, and then exit. So you just want to hit each pose and alignment and breath as best you can, okay? Let's do it again. In Tadasana. So your Tadasana. Open the palms, inhale up. Drop shoulders, drop head. Exhale to your heart. Feel that you still are nicely centered and grounded through your Tadasana. Inhale, extend arms up, sit in your chair. Stay here. You want to play with it. The more you're aligned from your tailbone to the top of the head, the easier it is to hold this pose. It's when we're kind of twisted or hunched over that it becomes very hard to hold. From here, keep the knees bent, exhale, forward fold as you like. Whether your knees are bent or not, the goal is to keep your hips over your heels. Drop head. Inhale, look up to half back. Exhale, step back, plank, right into puppy pose. As you inhale, you release down onto your forearms. Scoot the forearms behind you. You create that little bit of tension, open up space in the lower back, and then rise up. So this may take a couple breaths. Extend the feet behind you. Really feel that release before you go on. Feel how you can take a nice, deep, even breath through the rib cage. Coming into dolphin plank, curl the toes under. Inhale, rise up, dolphin plank. Then as you exhale, bring the knees down, slide the hands back, and continue the exhale right to downward facing dog. Think about the placement of your hands, bringing attention to the L of the thumb and the pointer finger. As best you can, bringing the armpits to face one another at the same time, pushing through the shoulders to create more space between the shoulder and the ear. Lengthening the spine. Dropping the head. Relaxing the neck. Hold here for 4 of your counts. And then look at your hand. As you inhale, rise up on your toes, shift the weight forward, and then walk forward to a half back, whether your knees are bent or not. Exhale to forward fold. Coming up, bend knees, lift head, lengthen back. Extend the arm, look at your hand, and then inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. All right, on your own, go ahead and do 2 more of your own breath. I'm also going to do 2 more, but quietly, because part of this Ashtanga Vinyasa series is to memorize the sequence on your own. And the only way you can do it is by trying. Okay? So go ahead. I'll meet you after 2 more. Okay, I'm going to stop the tutorial here. That was the 4 half sun salutations, which are the beginning of the warm-up. So go ahead, practice on your own. I hope it goes well for you, and I will see you next week. Thanks, everybody.